My name is Lance Mountain. There was a short period of time, about 10 years ago, through Robbie Jeffers and Richard Mulder. I was introduced to Frank Sinatra and rode for Stussy for a minute. And I've had that connection with them. And last year we did a co-op, like a plastic board, banana board with Stussy, a limited thing. And through that, I did a shirt for them, and then this opportunity opened up to come out here and do a show in conjunction with their 15th anniversary. And I hadn't been out here for 10 years, so yeah, awesome opportunity. I started skating at 10, and in school, I basically, any project that I had to do, a poetry notebook or any sort of school homework, it seemed that I was trying to get by with doing some art or crafts related to skateboarding. So everything I turned in started being that. And the imagery that I saw at that time in the early days of skateboarding was like just logos and a guy's name. And then the early art came from like Wes Humpston and Craig Stesick and VCJ, Court Johnson, when the Sword and Skull, the Ray Bones Rodriguez came out. It was just like, okay. Not having money as much, we'd make our own boards, we'd paint our own shirts, and try to pretend we're part of this skateboard culture. So that was the earliest influences. A lot of it came from the magazines. And then we started hanging out at the skate parks, friends with Neil Blender. He was, and still is, just a real creative guy, super creative. We all came from a skate park called Whittier, and our group of guys were kind of the quirky little art creative guys. In the early days of skateboarding, it rewarded the creative thinkers because it was still being pioneered. And so if you look back at all the early skateboarders, even in the way they skated, they all had to come up with their own tricks. So they were a creative type of person making up new tricks to do. It wasn't really to the point of, here are the tricks, whoever does them higher or faster or bigger was the winner. It was who came up with something new. I don't take never grow up as not having responsibilities or whatever, but it's keeping that the way kids, like the way you see the world when you're young. It's just magical. You have these dreams, and as you get older, you just let those dreams die, and you know, and so. Yeah, this one's, I mean, that's like the, kind of like the name of it or whatever, so that's self-explanatory. That's whatever, John Humphrey's shot a photo that I've always liked back in the Stussy days. I just thought, oh, it'd be cool to draw an S over it to make an icon. So, I mean, the imagery all came from that kind of. So then it turned into the little doughboy guy that kind of just, by default, has become this character that I keep doing because people know it. Stussy had just done a co-op with Gold Cup banana boards, which is it's like my deal through the flip skateboards. So I was like, oh, shameless self-promotion, I'll do an art piece for that. The photo I shot of Mark Gonzalez for early Transworld, 84 maybe, 85, I'm not really sure. It's a little photo of Gonz when he was on Alva, doing a bean plant over the channel at my house. He was on Alva at the time, but just to make it more recognizable, I put little vision stickers here so everyone would know who it was, even though he was on Alva. This is a photo of Jay Adams I shot it's actually at Supreme Bowl in LA. The night, it was one of the nights of the Dogtown premiere. Backside thrust. And that's a photo of Dwayne Peters, very classic photo. And my intentions was to shoot a replica of it, so I was drawing from a photo I shot. I didn't. When my son was 4, you know, kids all draw the same when they're 4, basically, if you look at kids' drawings. I was gonna do a graphic for myself from PAL, I don't know why. Everything started being very personal, so I just took some drawings my son did. During the firm days, 94 or whatever, I kind of ran out of his drawings. So I started pretending to draw like his style almost. So these actually were firm graphics. It was pretty good. I liked the way it looked. I liked the location, the trees in there. Really cool. Yeah, I was surprised because it's hard to kind of not be hands-on and get stuff built. A lot of design work needs to be done in the field, and that's when, for the health of skateboarding and the future of skateboarding, we should be building parks that are 3 or 4 times as big with things that kids that don't know how to skate can get into it. Because you need kids getting into it and falling in love with it for it to last. I hurt my knee. I bent my knee inside it, hyperextended it. That's skateboarding. You spend about 1/3 of the time hurt. I do. It's just what it is. Got to heal up and go get hurt again. It's a bummer it happened right now, but. I believe as a professional skateboarder, you have a job, and your job is to make people fall in love with skateboarding. And so it's our job to show them or inspire them or put our ideas and thoughts down on paper, video, and interviews and lifestyle of what it is. A kid today starting to skateboard it's established. It's a sport. It's something, if you get on it and try really hard, you might be able to beat this guy and become sponsored. And nothing's wrong with that. But I want to spend most of my effort showing kids like, hey, it's more than that. The best time in a skate career? It's now, tomorrow. It's tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. Well, hopefully it's when my knee heals up. You know, there's always a special time. That time, right? Heroes and these dreams, and you're good, and you know you're good, and you're learning all this stuff, and you're becoming. People are going, ooh, whoa, that's a real cool time. but I wouldn't trade it for today. And at your height of your career, when everyone knows you, and that wasn't the funnest time for me by any means. That wasn't the purpose, to get everyone to know you and I've made it. People love me. I see skateboarding today the same way I saw it when I was 10. So I want to have a video part on a Nike video when I'm 50 and see what a 50-year-old could do in a video. That's what I want to do. Closing words. Never grow up. Broke it. I'm Lance Mountain, and you're watching Vhsmag.